friends. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make homemade smudges. Smudges are very spiritual and are used in many different cultures around the world to do many different things, ward off negativity, and they're really good smelling. So today I have a few different herbs and I'm going to be showing you about herbal smudging and how to make those. So stick with me. Okay, I've got my little setup here. I did use Motherwort instead of Mugwort. That's just because I happen to have some around the homestead. Usually Mugwort is used for smudges, but this Motherwort will work just fine. I like to use this because it has a square stem. It is part of the mint family, and so it does have that square stem, and that gives a really thick handle for your smudge. So I did dry this for a few days, and then I did shake the seeds out over there in the homestead so I can grow some more. And then I picked some fresh sage today, and I also have some mullein leaves, some eucalyptus, and some other goodies that will go into. I am pairing the little ones together next to the large one, and we're gonna use that as our base. And this is dry, so I don't have to worry about the inside molding. And then as I add my sage to the outside, it can dry, and then the inside will already be dry. You want to kind of keep your moisture levels contained and controlled when you're making these smudges. So because I'm making a super long, thick smudge here, I did dry my inside layer. And so if you decide that you don't want them as thick and you want them a little bit smaller, you don't really have to dry it in advance, but it's a good idea to keep mold down and make sure that the entirety of the smudge dries. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of wrapping the outside of the Motherwort in this sage here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut my string and get my string ready. Embroidery floss is easy to use, and they have a variety of colors. You wanna make sure you have enough string, so I'm gonna give myself a little bit extra since this is a really long, really large smudge, and I wanna be able to wrap it tight, so I'd rather have more than not enough. You're gonna make it start out a little bit longer than what you actually want it. And so we're gonna see how I got it wrapped around, and now I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a simple tie like you would a shoelace, and this is gonna help hold this. This is gonna help hold the sage onto the Motherwort. Now the way that you tie these is you're gonna go in a diagonal direction for both and an upward direction. And so the easiest way to do that is to turn it upside down and let gravity take its course. Essentially, you're crisscrossing upward. If you have extra sage leaves, you can also go along the way to thicken it up and rip off some sprigs and add them in as you go. So I really like these ones with like 3 or 4 little ones because they're easy to stick in there. I decided I really wanted this sage background to be on my front, so I kind of twisted it around a little bit, and I have this eucalyptus leaf that I'm gonna stick in here. And I wanted to say that as I was adding this mullein before, I found that it's a lot easier to add when they're fresh, a lot of things, especially something that's stiff like that, because you want to get it to kind of fold around your item. But as you can see, whatever you decide you want to put on there, you just crisscross it over like that, and then pull it real tight to the back. And so that's the problem with these dry leaves. Take your time and be patient with yourself. This really is a four-handed job. So whatever the outcome is just a beautiful thing. Smells wonderful. I can smell the mullein. I can smell definitely smell the sage. I can smell the motherwort. Smells wonderful. And I can also smell this eucalyptus. And this eucalyptus leaf that I'm trying not to rip. So on the back, you're really just focusing on going upward motion back to the front. And then I want to crisscross over the top of this leaf one more time. So I'm gonna go a little bit lower there. Now you want to incorporate whatever you're using as a centerpiece, if you're gonna use a centerpiece, kind of in the middle. So as you can see, I'm almost to the top. So I wanted to make sure I squeezed that in. Now, as you can see, this top is starting to get thin. This is my last cross right there. And so I'm gonna wanna trim this off and have it kind of even. So what I'm gonna do is turn it over and tie it really tight here at the top. This is my tie right here. You can leave this string on and you can hang it like this if you don't really have anywhere good to dry it at. But I'm gonna show you how I do mine. We're here on my drying rack the next day. So this is how I dry my smudges. Just on my mesh sweater drying rack that I got on Amazon. So the string is extra. I'm gonna go ahead and trim my string off. And then right above there, I'm just gonna trim my smudge. There. And then my handle here, this greenery will be easy to peel down once it's all dry. But this will help whoever's holding it not burn their hands. So I'm gonna trim that down. And there's the handle. That's how you make a smudge. So if you like this video on how to make smudges, please make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And stay handy, friends.